All rise. Support Court with Judge Van Der Bee is now in session. Justice case number JVB1086, Easley case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Easley, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
So I met Nicole about 9 months ago. She normally comes into town when she is here on a traveling assignment, and the lady next door rents out her home to travel nurses. And so over time, we, kind of clicked and we started hanging out. Her children would come over and play with mine, and we just, became really good friends. And so this particular time, she had another assignment somewhere else, and her current nanny wasn't available. And so I offered to keep the kids. I had just finished special agent school, and I had some downtime. So she was like, well, it'll be about 6 weeks, but I probably just need you for the 2 weeks, and my other nanny will come and get the kids. And I said, okay, cool. I told her, a price. We kind of made the arrangements. And then over time, after the first week, I didn't hear from her. She didn't.
Wait a minute. So after a week of you having her children, she didn't call you. She didn't check on them. No FaceTime.
I couldn't get her on the phone. I would call. I would send her a text. The kids would even call. I think that the 10-year-old has a phone. He even tried to call. She just wasn't.
Buckle up, guys. This starts with a simple favor that spiraled straight into chaos. M. easily met Nicole, a travel nurse, and agreed to watch her kids during a short assignment. What began as 2 weeks quickly slid into total silence. Nicole disappeared after just 1 week. No calls, no texts, and no payment. Even the 10-year-old's attempts to reach her went nowhere. The judge is already raising an eyebrow, but easily stays steady, detailing every missed check-in. We're seeing the early signs of neglect creeping in, and it's clear this case is headed toward far more than a skipped babysitting bill.
And their ages are 10 and
7.
10 and 7. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Boy and girl.
Okay.
Yeah. So after the first week, I was like, okay, well, maybe she's just busy. I know nurses, they work 12-hour days. Cool. The second week came around, I didn't get the next payment. The next payment would have been through Venmo. She didn't send me no money. She didn't send the payment. I still couldn't get her on the phone. So at the time, my fiancé had just got back in town, probably a couple days after she had left. And I kind of was telling him about what was going on. And he, was like, well, just give her some time. And, just to me, nonchalant about it in a way. And so he ended up having to go back out of town for an emergency work trip. And so I remember when he left, that next week when I couldn't get her on the phone again, I happened to just call him and I couldn't get him on the phone. And I was just like, okay, something isn't right.
Mm-hmm.
My detectors went off. And
Mine
I was
are
like,
too.
okay. So, so I ended up pulling his location and I realized they were in the same state.
Oh.
I said, well, maybe that's a coincidence. He travels a lot,
He travels a lot.
He travels a lot.
She travels a lot.
She's a travel nurse. She should only be at the hospital. She shouldn't be anywhere else.
All right, guys. Now we hit the full-on betrayal twist. When Nicole vanished, easily reached out to her fiancé, only to realize he'd gone silent, too. Something felt off. So she checked his location, and guess what? He's in the same state as Nicole. Suspicious turns straight into obvious. When she finally gets him on FaceTime, she hears Nicole in the background. He stutters, dodges, and says he's heading into a meeting. The judge leans forward, and so do we. This isn't about who's watching the kids anymore. It's about who's been watching who. And this triangle just snapped into view.
But they both
who's
travel
to say
a lot.
where I should be, but okay.
Well, who's to say you should wait your turn?
And so, so I end up, I remember I ended up FaceTiming him and he didn't answer, which is unusual because he would call every night. He would check in. The communication is never our issue. So once, the next day, now we're probably 2.5 weeks in. I got him on the phone that Wednesday morning and I happened to hear her in the background.
Keep going.
And so I asked, I said, where you at? He said, I'm getting ready to go into a meeting. And I said, oh, okay. I said, oh, okay. And I left it at that.
Oh, wow. I've never held my teacup this long.
So now we're going on probably, now we're 2.5 weeks in. And so I decided to call her again. She ends up calling that afternoon and was like, oh, I'm sorry, I've been working and it's just been crazy at work and, I'm sorry about the kids. And so I was like, well, where you say you was at again? And she told me where she was at. And I was just like, well, what happened to the nanny that was supposed to be coming? And I said, I thought I might have heard Michael in the background. Are you sure? You at work? And she kind of got an attitude and got real defensive. And I said, I'm at work and, you offered it to the kids and I'll get you your money and just.
Oh, the audacity. Yeah. And you're keeping her kids.
All of that.
And you have kids of your own.
Kids of my own.
Wow.
So and they're older. So I don't, have that problem.
Here comes the unraveling. Ms. easily confronts Nicole and the excuses fall apart. She blames work, ducks every question, and gets prickly when asked about the nanny and the fiancé. Meanwhile, weeks slipped by with no payment, no pickup, no support. The judge listens as easily explains how her good deed morphed into unpaid work. This courtroom isn't hearing some co-parenting mix-up. It's hearing deliberate avoidance. Every word Nicole didn't say in those weeks now sits loud in the silence. You can feel the court edging closer to accountability with every beat.
So for her to do that, I was like, okay. So then now we're on the third week. No, nanny didn't show up. I still haven't received payment. And I sent her a text. I was like, look, you need to make an arrangement for your children. I did this out of the kindness of my heart. You got to figure out something. Didn't get a response back. So I ended up getting my fiance back on the phone and we ended up getting into it. And I said, I asked him the same thing. Where you say you was at again? And I said, well, I talked to Nicole. She said you was with her. I played the reverse psychology thing.
Right.
And he said, huh? Uh-huh. And I said, Nicole said you was with her. You on a work trip? Did you invite her? And so for him, he was like, well, no, man, she popped up on me. And so he didn't know that I really never spoke to her.
Wait a minute. So he went on a secret rendezvous trip with Nicole here.
They both left.
Didn't. Excuse me.
I don't even know if
I was speaking. Hold on 1 second. I was speaking to her. I'll get to you in just a minute, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Can't wait.
Yeah, so I don't even know if she really was at work. At this point now, me and him into it. I'm about ready to go drop her kids and my kids off somewhere and get in my car and get on the road. So at this point...
You didn't do that, did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. You kind of hesitated.
I'm a changed woman. Yeah, I'm a changed
okay.
woman.
All right.
Now it's about damage, and not just emotional. Easily lays out how Nicole's kids wrecked her home: broken cabinets, a busted faucet, a clogged toilet, and walls covered in marker. 3 months of unpaid chaos. Yet even then, Easily never kicked the kids out. She stayed calm, responsible, and centered on their well-being. The judge pauses, taken aback by the patience and restraint. This moment lands heavy. It isn't just about money. It's about principle. While Nicole vanished, Easily stepped into the role of a full-time parent without ever being asked to.
I'm a special agent now, so I have to always think about the things that I do before I do them.
Absolutely.
Right. So, yeah. So that's kind of what happened. And so I'm bringing her here today for non-payment and for the damages that her children caused in my home during their stay.
Okay. So are her children still with you?
They are. She has not came. I can't get in touch with family.
So wait a minute. You have been raising her children all of this time?
All of this time?
No.
Wow. Is there anything else you want me to know? Because Chatterbox over here, she keeps interrupting. So I guess she has a lot she wants to say.
No, just besides, I really just want her to get the kids or find a family, find somebody to come get them. I'm not going to put the children out on the street. That's just not me. But, she needs to come get her kids. The damages, they damaged my garage door. they have just been little rugrats and just tearing up the home, markers on the walls, and damaged the cabinets, and the bathroom faucet is hanging off the faucet wall now.
What kind of kids are these?
The toilet is damaged because they would put tissue in there, and then
Probably her kids.
It was just a mess. Mine is 14.
And
Okay, is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
No, that's it for now.
Okay, all right. Now it's your turn.
Nicole finally speaks and instantly sinks herself further. Instead of apologizing, she goes after Easley's character, calling her controlling and nosy. Then she casually admits she'd been with the fiancé and claims payments were sent through their joint account. The story makes no sense. Why would anyone use a joint account if they wanted full control of the money? The judge is already over it. Nicole tries to paint herself as the victim, but all she's really doing is proving she abandoned her kids and dodged every responsibility. Her defense is flimsy, and her credibility is falling apart.
hi, Judge.
Hi.
I just want to, first of all, say yes, she is a special agent, and she uses her job on a daily basis. She wants to be in everybody's business, and
I just have one question though. Was your location really where Michael was?
yes,
Oh,
it was.
so you did run off in the
So
sunset
there
with
was
her
no
man.
pop-up. I don't pop up on people.
Right, you just show up.
No, I was already there.
Mm.
Yes. When he came,
So
I was
y'all
already...
planned this.
No. I didn't plan anything.
So tell me how that came about that you all just so happened to be in the same place.
I am on my assignment, so I'm already stationed to where
Well,
I
we
was.
understand your
And
assignment. We do.
I don't know how he came to be in the same city as mine. I don't know how his job works, but he ended up being in the same city as mine. I have made payments to her. They have a joint account, so it's not my responsibility if he gets the money out before she notices it's there.
That doesn't
but I
make
sent my
that
payments.
doesn't make sense. Why would you be making deposits in their joint account
for
if-
keeping the kids.
No. Wouldn't it make sense for you to just give it directly to her?
Well, that was the agreement that I was to send the money through the account, not exchange of any cash.
Nicole's excuses keep spiraling. She claims Easley said it was fine to keep the kids longer, but the judge notes that just because someone doesn't throw your kids out doesn't mean you get a free pass. Nicole tries to say her assignment was extended, but it's obvious she made no real attempt to get her children back. Her answers feel dismissive, like parenting is something she can pick up and drop whenever she wants. The judge reminds her that neglect dressed up as excuses is still neglect. Nicole asked for a favor, but she dumped a responsibility. Now it's time to face the consequences.
So did you tell Michael that the money you were depositing were for their kids?
Yes,
for
they were
your
both
kids,
aware
I'm
of
sorry.
that. They were both aware of what the money was going for. I'm not just going to be sending money to a guy. That makes no sense to me. But yes, I was sending her money. She volunteered to watch the kids.
She volunteered to watch them for a temporary basis,
correct.
not weeks, not months, not to still have them.
Yes, but did she tell you that whenever I would call and tell her that my nanny wasn't available or my contract was extended, that she was like, oh, that's no problem. That's no problem.
Well, I think the only reason she said that is like she said, she didn't want to put the kids out on the street. That doesn't cue you to say, oh, well, let me just leave my children there, right?
Well, if someone's telling you that's no problem, let them stay, and I'm in a whole nother state, no, I wouldn't want my kids out on the street. But
so
if
you
she's
took that as,
voluntarily telling
you
me,
took that as let them stay permanently?
no.
While you and Michael run off in the sunset?
No, my assignment is only 6 weeks.
Okay, but after 6 weeks, you still didn't go back and pick them up?
My assignment got extended. And when we communicated with each other, she said that was fine. It was extended 2 more weeks. I'm not going to leave my kids with someone permanently.
This is the turning point. The judge spells out the real issue. Nicole didn't just leave her kids, she abandoned them. Easley became the only steady adult in their lives. And now, with Nicole still claiming she's on assignment, the judge draws a hard line. Words don't undo months of absence. Nicole insists she'll pick them up soon, but after 3 months of silence, no one buys it. The courtroom shifts from inquiry to action. No more delays. No more excuses. It's time for Nicole to face financial responsibility not for babysitting, but for full-on child support.
Okay, it sounds like you've done that, and that's the reason that she's here. I mean, we can't necessarily award damages or anything, but you can definitely be placed on child support if your children are going to remain living with her.
They will not.
She's assuming the parental role of them every single day based on what she said.
Voluntarily.
You voluntarily gave them up.
No.
Yes,
I can get my kids.
Yes, you did.
I can get my kids.
Well, it's a little too late for that. You can go pick them up. Yes. But as of today, because they've been with her, how long have they been with you now at this point?
Now, 3rd month.
3 months? Mm-hmm. 3 months? And they've been living with you?
I've been feeding, caring.
And you're still on assignment?
I am.
Okay, you obviously came here to waste my time because you are definitely going to be paying her some sort of support.
In addition to what I've been paying her?
How much have you been paying her?
She gets $250 a week.
$250 a week for a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old?
Yes.
She's blowing that in 2 days on groceries.
Yes, but that's what she wanted. That's what she...
Yeah, you came here to waste my time. You playing baby games. No, we're not going to do this. What we are going to do...
The judge calculates the damage, and it's not up for debate. Nicole earns $90,000 a year and was sending $250 a week. For 2 kids, that barely covers groceries. The court adjusts the numbers and sets formal child support at $1,417 per month, factoring in her health insurance payments. Nicole's face says it all. Shock and panic. But this isn't punishment, it's balance. Easily has been doing the job of a full-time mother while Nicole played disappearing act with a joint bank account. The courtroom has heard enough. Support isn't optional when you're still cashing paychecks.
Is put you on child support. Since your children have been living with her this entire time, she's been taking care of them. It doesn't seem like you have any intentions on coming back after your assignment keeps getting extended.
But I'm getting them next week.
Right. On an extended assignment.
Right.
But
I have a nanny.
Okay, well, when you get them back, then you can come back to court and say something different. But until then, I want to make sure that she is at least getting some sort of financial support because you haven't gotten them before now. You're only saying that because you're in court today. I've seen that before. You have to know I've heard that song and dance. Yeah, that's not going to work. So how much money do you make a year?
$90,000.
Okay. $90,000 you sent her? Nothing. $250 a week. How much is health insurance?
$250 a month.
And you're paying that, correct?
Correct.
All right. So your gross is $7,250. You have 2 children. Do you have any other children outside of these 2?
No, I do not.
All right. So that brings your net to $5,667.87. We take that number.
Nicole tries to defend herself, but the judge isn't buying it. Saying you'll get the kids next week doesn't erase 3 months of abandonment, and it certainly doesn't remove your support obligations. The courtroom energy shifts from tense to final. Nicole made her choices. Now she faces the consequences. Easily even drops a final bombshell. She heard Nicole's pregnant. The judge's look says it all. Not only did Nicole abandon her kids, but she may be starting over elsewhere. The courtroom zeroes in, and the ruling lands with absolute precision.
By 25%, that brings your monthly child support to $1,417. And I gave you credit to your $250 health insurance.
What was the number?
About right.
Did you need me to repeat it or say it louder?
Please.
Okay, it's $1,417 per month.
But the kids won't be with her.
Well, they are for now, and they have been for the past 3 months. And your assignment with your assignment with your job got extended. So until you pick them up, that's what the situation will be. Now, if you decide to go pick them up and you keep them, right, don't take them back to her, then it can change. But until then, that's what we're going to do.
I'm glad that, I'm not married to him because I'll be asking for spousal support. I heard she's pregnant.
Oh,
So that number sounds about right.
She hears a lot.
well, it doesn't sound like you disagree with anything she said. Yeah, it's right. Is there any other questions?
No questions.
Okay. Do you have anything
No,
further?
thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
This is the finale. The judge confirms the monthly support, $1,417. Nicole protests, but the gavel is already down. She's told clearly, once you pick up your kids and care for them, this can be adjusted. Until then, the math doesn't lie. The courtroom empties, and justice lands. No drama, no appeal. Easily walks away with more than back pay. She leaves with validation. Nicole showed up with excuses. The judge answered with accountability. And just like that, the court is dismissed. But the weight of this ruling will follow Nicole.